A narrow window of opportunity pays off. Welcome to Finding America. It is really great to see you here. Now, you may recall last week's video that I showed the construction site where we found some really cool things. Well, since then, they have been flying while working on that site. And I knew I had to get out there this Christmas weekend to try to save some of that history before it was lost. Well, when I got there Friday, Christmas Eve, they had already dug the entire area out 3 feet down. And I knew at the rate those bulldozers were going, there was no time for dozing. Well, I'm back on the construction site. I'm going to be pretty much hunting this all Christmas Eve and Christmas weekend. I have a feeling this place is going to disappear if I don't hit it now and by next week. So got a little something, nothing too big, but I noticed a nice piece of plate right there. So I'm like, oh, that's a good sign. And then I got a nice banging signal. I don't know if that's part to a buckle or something else. I'll get it cleaned up when I get home. It may be nothing, but just thought I'd film it. It's definitely old and interesting. I have one of the churches in the background playing a Christmas song. It is so quiet and peaceful right now. It's just really kind of special. Anyway, I got a 13 signal, and I'm thinking, oh, it's iron, but it's pretty cool. I've never dug one of these before. Check it out. You might recognize that. That is a sprocket for the chain on an old bicycle. How cool is that? That's a first for me. I can scratch that one off the bucket list. Didn't even know it was on it. Very cool. Next thing was giving me a nice 11 signal, very solid, and it turned out to be this, and I'm not really sure what it is. It might have some writing on it, but I wanted to film it just in case it turned out to be something interesting. But pretty neat, and I'm gonna keep on going here. Well, this next one was giving me a 17. I don't know what it is. I wanted to wipe it off together, see what it is, but it looked like an elongated penny, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it now. Oh, I think it is. Man, I love finding these. What is that, a turtle? Hang on just a second. Let me little pants wipe here. I think it is a turtle, and I think it says Knoxville Zoo. Very cool little souvenir penny. So I like that one. That was a nice little find. Well, I tell you, this type of hunting always makes for very interesting detecting. These bulldozers are like giant brooms, and they just sweep them in the whole yard into one big pile. So you have no idea what's coming out of the hole next. And this one was giving me a pretty nice high tone, but it turned out to be a water thermostat for a car. So, but hopefully those dozers swept some silver into this pile or something interesting. So I'll just keep on going, but this is the kind of hunting that you do, and you got to dig it all. Well, I was heading on a pattern down the big dirt mound, and let me show you this other dirt mound. Yeah, it's like the Matterhorn. It is steep. That'll be fun. But down here at the base, I was going along, got a really nice high tone, 25-26, broke open the clod of dirt, and it looked interesting, so I decided I was going to film it. So let's pull it out and see what this is. That is odd, isn't it? Huh. Well, That's even weirder on this side. I would think it was some kind of pendant or something, except for, oop, that little wire, very brittle, was attached to it at the top. Huh, isn't that weird? Well, I'll get it cleaned up when I get home. We'll see if we can get a better look at it and try to figure out what it is. Pretty cool. Right now, definitely a mystery item. Well, just working along at the base of the old Matterhorn here, and got a nice 22-23 signal. Popped it out and broke open the plug, and check it out. I have a pretty darn nice looking thimble. Might have some writing on it. So I'm going to try to pop it out here. Let's see. Nope. Just a plain old thimble. But that's nice. Very cool little find. Happy to have that. Well, this one was giving me a 15, and sometimes we're lucky enough to play the one dime game. When you get the reverse and it says one dime, you don't know if it's seated or barber. But another game we play here is unroll the tube and see what it is. So that's what I found. I just found a rolled up tube. And last time was a bit interesting when I did this. So it had to do with, well, let's just say it was rectal related. So I'm not sure what this one is. At least there's some things I can read on it at least. CF Young and Company I can see. Oh lordy, it's hard to do with one hand. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. It's rectal related again. When the first sentence says attach the rectal pipe, yeah, I'm kind of done reading. So anyhow, Dr. Young's, what does it say? Rectal something. Oh boy. And I'm not at the same place I found the last one at. So I'll have to look that one up, see how old it is, but what are the odds? Ugh. For those of you just starting out, you shouldn't just jump on a construction site and start swinging. That property belongs to someone. And in this case, the property belonged to the city. You need to go through the process of getting permission. And that's what I did 2 years ago. Now, it took a lot of work and going through a lot of different channels through the city government, but I ended up getting permission and it was definitely worth it. And as a result, I had the peace of mind of knowing that I belong there. Unlike someone who just jumped on the site and started swinging and spent half their time looking behind their back while metal detecting and trespassing. Remember, when you're out there metal detecting, you're representing the hobby. Well, I came up to an area here where they only scraped off maybe 3 or 4 inches and got a nice little signal here. It's a 15 to 16 and I popped it. It was real shallow and look at that. I haven't even pulled it out, but I know this is a really nice pistol ball. Oh yeah, check that out. And that's going to be Civil War period, as I'm in the thick of it here in this part of town. Ooh wee, that is nice. So happy to have that, and I'm going to really go over this area pretty carefully, see what else I can find. Hopefully something period. I don't know yet, but I think I might have something really cool in the hole here. Just what? That was where I got the pistol ball. And I just swung up here. And this time I was getting a 12-13 signal. And something popped out right there. And I don't know what it is yet. I don't know if it's a button. Yeah, it's a button, but it's ironback. So it's not going to be military, but let me just see. Oh, check it out. Oh, it's a really cool nautical theme. Civilian button. Now, a lot of guys get a little confused sometimes, and they think these are Navy buttons, American, but if they have an iron back, they're going to be civilian. And but this one is, look at that. It's got the eagle with the anchor. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. So could go all the way back into the 1800s and then to the early 1900s. Little nautical, outfits that kids wore were all in the rage back then. So very cool. Well, all right. This one makes me happy. I was detecting right up against this tree here, and the bulldozer went right up against it and took the topsoil off, and I got a nice 27 high tone. And it was underneath this root, and I just popped it out, and check it out. Looks like I got a silver dime. Always love seeing that. Yeah, there's the imprint. Oh, I think it's going to be, well, let's see. Oh, I think it's a Merc. Yep. I think I got a Mercury dime. Hot dog. Tell you what, that's a nice thing to find. Oh, so nice. Let me just wipe it off. Oh, heck yeah. Ooh, nice early one too. 1920. Wow, that is awesome. And oh man, is it beautiful. Let's see if it's got a mint mark. I think it's just a Philadelphia, but that's awesome. 1920. Beautiful. Look at that. Man, that is in really exceptional shape for an early Merc. Oh, I'm so happy to have that. Whew. Been a little while since I saw some silver in the hole. Well, this is a pretty cool recovery right here. I was getting a 17 to an 18, and not super deep, but of course they took about 6 inches off here. But check it out. I thought it was going to be a bottle cap when I saw it, but it's actually a pretty cool old piece. Now this is a screw-in plug to a hot water bottle. Now it's going to be early 1900s, late 1800s. This is actually made by one of the Schrader family. Now, you probably heard of a Schrader valve. Now, his son was also an inventor, and I am pretty sure, because I can see some lettering on this one, and I found one before, and his son designed a whole hot water bottle and this really ingenious plug. So, very cool piece, and neat little piece of history, too. Neat little find right here. Looks to be an early button. It's got part of the shank still on it. Kind of concave. I'll have to clean it up, see if there's anything on it, but it's a pretty early button. We're talking early 1800s here. Well, I managed to separate a high tone right in the middle of a bunch of low tones, and got a nice early weedy. I wiped it off, and it looks like I have a 1920. Very happy to have that. Really good looking penny there. Well, it's almost New Year's Eve, and there was one very special New Year's Eve that took place in America on December 31st, 1944, in New York City. And even though it was nearing the end of World War II, the lights of New York City were still dimmed, as German U-boats were still lurking out in the dark waters of the Atlantic. For the first time since the start of World War II, the ball, with its lights lowered, once again dropped at the stroke of midnight. 750,000 people turned out that night, and the ball was not the only light out there. A replica of the Statue of Liberty stood above the crowd, shining light down upon them to let them know that the dark journey of World War II was nearly over. I'm just working the edge of this site where they pushed the dirt up, and got a nice 21-22 signal. Dug down and got myself a Wheatie. This one's going to be a 57 with the Denver mint mark. Well, I'm checking the embankment here where they removed about 2 feet of soil, and got a nice little 25 signal dug down. And it's kind of cool. Thought I'd show it to you. It's a frame to an inner mechanism for a clock. So, but originally that was like 2 feet down. So pretty cool little piece, and just thought I'd show you that one. Well, I'm just going nice and slow, just kind of meandering all over this place. It's so big, and I have a feeling this is probably going to be covered up in the next few days. So I'm doing what I can, trying to save what I can. Got a nice 15 signal here, dug down, and it's actually something really neat. Look at that. It's like a strainer top, but it does have a knurled edge on this, on the edges here, so I assume it's screwed on. It might have been on a cruette set. I don't know. It's got a really gorgeous green patina too, so it is an old piece, but very cool, very interesting. Got a nice little signal here. It was giving me a 13, about 6 inches down. I finally popped it out, and it's a really old and thin key. But I wiped it off, and it says Basco. Very old, early 1900s, I would say. And on this side, it says Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with the number 42 up at the top. And I think Stratton Corporation. Yeah, Briggs and Stratton Corporation. It's pretty early key. So really cool one. I like it a lot. Well, one thing that we found here a long time ago when we did some videos here were a lot of Indian head pennies, and I was getting a 17. It was bouncing up to a 20 occasionally, and I might have another one. I finally got it popped out. This is like ooey gooey, chewy like fudge, this soil. But I finally got it out, and there it sits, and it's green. Could be a Wheatie, but I don't know. It was giving me pretty low numbers to begin. Oh no, it's an Indian. I can see the silhouette already. Awesome. Just awesome. I was hoping I'd get another Wheatie out of this place. I'll tell you what, I'm going to clean it up just a little bit, enough to get a date off of it, and I'll be right back, but it's a pretty green one, that's for sure. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make the date out here. I'll have to work on it when I get home, but hey, it's just nice when you can get a nice old Indian head penny. Very cool. Well, I got something cool. I don't know what it is, but I think it's cool because it has a patent date on it. And what's even cooler, it's an old one, but it says patented September 26th, 1905. That's actually my birthday, not the year, but the month and day. September 26th, 1905. That is awesome. And I have no clue what it is. Maybe I'll get another clue or two once I get it cleaned up all the way, but definitely an old piece. That was giving me a 25. It was just blaring. It was just a couple inches down. Pretty cool though. Well, this one was sort of an iffy signal, and it was on edge, but it was giving me a pretty decent high tone occasionally, 22, 23, 24. Dug down about 5-6 inches, and it just popped loose just like this, and I grabbed the camera because it's going to be something pretty. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. I think it's going to be a drawer pull escutcheon. You can see the mounting holes on either side, but we're talking old 1800s, early 1900s. Beautiful piece. Let me get it brushed off and I'll give you a better look at it, and then I'll clean it up after that when I get home. But awesome piece right there. That makes my day. Wow, look at that thing. That is beautiful. Yep, I'm going to give that one a nice dip in the apple cider vinegar and get it cleaned up, but great piece. Well, Happy New Year to all of you out there, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this episode. Now, don't go anywhere just yet. I have some really cool pictures from our great country's past that are really going to help bring in the new year. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure, and I cannot wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.